Welcome to Jits Quips. It's my pleasure to introduce Kev, Khoi and Will. And I'm excited to say this is the first Jits Quips where we have a black belt present. So, welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The order of the day will be Kev is going to we are going to Shark Tank Kev. We're gonna have 3 minutes each with him, just as a sort of demonstration of the levels. Myself, Will and Khoi are all blue belts, and like I said, Kev is high level black belt. So Kev, forgive my ignorance, but I want to say you're like high level on the national level.
I'd describe my level as more national. I'm not quite international or like a world star, but I'm quite good national level.
National?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about where I plateaued.
Mm-hmm. For a high level black belt, how do you progress now? What does training look like for you? What type of things are you doing to progress?
So obviously I run my own gym, Resilience. So a lot of my time is spent coaching other people. So when I have the opportunity to train myself, I do mainly live rounds. The main system that I've settled on is doing live rounds due to the fact when I used to drill a lot, it used to take a lot of my time and it used to really affect me rolling because I don't have unlimited time anymore. I have a lot of students that I'm also putting time into. So when I live roll, I practice my worst moves against the worst people till I can develop them so that I can hit them against like blues and purples, and then once I can hit them, then I can take them out onto the arena of actual combat and do them against other black belts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you learn new techniques?
Yeah. The main reason I find new techniques is small adjustments to the techniques I have done. So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel at this point of doing jiu-jitsu because I've done most of the moves. It's how I can apply the moves in a more efficient way. Do you know what I'm saying there?
Yeah. So like the details.
It's bullets that kill people, not guns. Do you know what I mean? It's the little tiny things that get you.
Yeah. So I'm aware of like an A game, a B game, a C game. Would you say you got an A, B in the C game?
I used to have a very heavy leg lock game, but I've grown out of that and I have a more well-rounded game now. Obviously, as I've got better, I've fought better people, and what I've realised is just being on top is just way better. Yeah, I've just essentially abandoned a lot of me past work, but you got to grow with the game.
Mm-hmm. And am I right in saying that jiu-jitsu is a sport, a practice where there's an endless progression, so you can never reach the top. There's always something to learn with it.
You can go two ways with it. When I was younger, I used to think jiu-jitsu was competitive. It only matters how good you are on the competition mat, and that's the only thing that should matter to you. As I've grown and obviously done a lot more jiu-jitsu, I've realised there's a lot more to it. It's how you want to make your own art. If you want to be specific at one thing, if that's what you find passion in jiu-jitsu, say you want to be a good darts player for some reason, whatever, you have to do what you want and you enjoy. Because a lot of the people who come to jiu-jitsu, they're only hobbyists. Yeah? I don't want you to come to jiu-jitsu to make it the most effective thing in the world. I want you to come to jiu-jitsu to have fun, essentially.
Just to do it, the joy of doing it.
You just want to enjoy jiu-jitsu. That's how you make your own art. How much time do you have?
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to. A lot of people, they usually young. How much time do you train a week?
I'd say I train like 5 to 6 times a week.
Yeah, that's a lot of training.
5 to 6 days a
See,
week.
because when you've got nothing on and you're still in school, you live with your mum, you ain't got a bed, you ain't got no kids, it's dead easy to get in every night. But as you get older, you have to be realistic with what you can accomplish and train accordingly. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah. Is that like much like shortened as you've obviously?
Nah, I'm still a loser. I still get to train all the time. Like I have no other real responsibilities other than jiu-jitsu.
That's a winner in my book, mate.
Yeah,
I'll tell
sure,
you that.
sure.
You don't get to wake up and your kids don't run over and tell me that they love me, do you know what I mean? It's just
Ah,
cold in the flat. It's just cold.
Cold in the flat with your
Just sleeping in a gate.
lying on the.
It's just, it's horrible. The washing's the worst thing. When you move out your Mars, it's just nothing but washing every single day of your life forever.
So are you more? So you're still competitive, right?
Yeah.
You won an open weight sort of tournament at ASW recently, I saw.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Were you the lightest person in that tournament?
I imagine so. Kieran Fletcher's quite skinny, I think.
Yeah.
But I think he's a bit bigger than me. It weren't really the biggest of accomplishments in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped in because my mate got injured, and he would have won it if I went there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the type of thing that I see and I'm like, whoa, that is like crazy, but that's like my level of understanding of jiu-jitsu at the moment. So would you say that your focus is more on teaching or at the moment, or is a balance?
I've been coaching a lot more than I've been competing over the past year or two. It's because I competed a lot, and as I said, I thought I could get to the next level above like being a national. Like I can win local tournaments and I can beat a lot of people up, but the international people who travel and go and get to live the actual life,
Yeah.
I've had a real hard time trying to break into that level.
Okay.
So,
Of course.
Kev, do you believe it's like the small increments in like a black belt's game which separates them from like the national scale to the international?
yes. So how I would describe the difference between somebody like me and somebody like, say, Ash Williams or that, he can run. So I can go 60 miles an hour and he can go 62. It's not he's not miles better than me. He's a little bit better than me. And when we're both flat out, he just pulls away from me. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah, I understand that.
That's how I've found it. He's not like even me. You haven't trained that long. You've trained a few years.
You know.
I'm not going to be 10,000 times better than you because I just can't be. It's a game of 10. Do you know what I mean there? If I'm 6, you can only be 4. That means I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean there? So I can only be so much better than you.
Is it like, so say like the difference from a beginner white belt to a blue belt is really big, but then as you get higher on in the belts,
It's a pyramid.
it's a pyramid.
So the bottom level, massive.
Yeah.
Smaller.
Yeah.
But it's only the top bit that matters. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah.
It's only how high it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long it is. It matters how high it is.
Uh-huh.
That's what I found with it.
Yeah, it's interesting that because I climb, and for climbing, it seems to be the other way. So at the beginning, like between sort of like the first, say, 5 to 6 grades, it's not that hard to go up to there. But then every step along the way past that, it gets exponentially harder. All right, guys. So we're gonna Shark Tank with Kev now. Let's get ready.
Let's do it, man.
Yep. So now we're gonna have the roll with Kev, and this is hopefully gonna show the viewers the difference in levels between relative beginners, blue belts, and high-level black belts. And then Kev is going to decide when he's done with each of us. All right, so we're gonna go me, then you, then Khoi. Me, Will, and Khoi.
Cool, man.
All right.
Slap hands, bum first,
Okay.
and go. Got some hand fighting here.
Just getting a collar tie.
At the moment, they're just looking to establish some grips.
Yeah. Going low.
Greg sitting to guard here. Good
Easy
control.
pass off Kev right there.
Good control from Kev there.
Straight side.
Greg left. Kev lets him reset.
Back again.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
lovely ankle pick. Greg looking for that arm drag.
With another ankle pick of Kev.
Kev putting the pressure on here.
Yeah. Constant pressure.
Kev back to knee on belly. Threatening a door stroke.
Straight into tail.
There's the top.
Nice. Thank you. Oh, man. All right. Well, go for it. Okay. So
Establishing collar ties.
that was tough. That last one, he had that shoulder pressure. I could feel the blood choke, like the blood getting stopped. I almost tapped to that.
Pressure to straight into tail.
Yeah. Underhooks here, getting Will to the floor. Will straight back up with the technical stand up. Will with the double necktie there. I know he likes that one. Kev with the double necktie, straight to the ground. Will shooting in.
Kev not laying up with the pressure again.
Yeah, Kevin, the relentless pressure. Feel like this is dangerous when Kev isolates an arm.
Definitely.
This is that shoulder pressure that I was talking about. Like I could have tapped to that.
His shoulder pressure is amazing.
Yeah. I don't even know if I should withhold that. Do you know what I mean? It feels really weird. Will baiting the shot for the takedown.
Fainting.
Kev just walking forward like Terminator
Very nice.
on the back.
Got some back
Pulls him
control.
down. Kev restricting the breathing there with his arm. Will's got a tap. Good lad, good lad. Nice, Will. Right, now we have Kevin Khoi. How did that feel, Will?
Good shot from Khoi.
Oh, takedown by Khoi. So I'm guessing these guys roll fairly regularly. Okay, Khoi's in the triangle now. Escape. Do you think Kev might have let go of that one then, just for a little bit?
I think maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Necktie by Kev.
Okay, got the tie clinch. Another shot from Khoi. Attacking the single again.
That single leg. Maybe one to watch out for, Will.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
your roll. Kev coming in the back, controlling that
Khoi looking to Granby roll, I believe.
arm. Kev stopping it. Is that half Nelson there?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Not too sure, but
Yeah.
Khoi looking to attack the leg.
Looks like some kind of...
You got the
You
tap.
got a tap. Yes, gentlemen. So that's 3-0 for Kev. As expected.
We're back.
We're back live after
The whooping.
the whooping.
Yeah, the whooping.
The annihilation of all of
Yeah.
us.
So there was a part in that, two parts actually, where is it the crossface
Yeah.
and that shoulder pressure.
Yeah.
And on that heavy shoulder pressure, I could sort of feel the circulation getting cut. Could you Could you pass out from
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I've put people to kick with that. It's just, you can only really get them to go unconscious when they're not expecting it. The size of me suggests to me that I wouldn't be able to squeeze your neck hard enough to make you pass out, unless it's with my arms or my legs. But that crossface that I hit, I can put people unconscious with. It's very hard.
I like that. I'm going to think about that because when I crossface, I get that shoulder pressure, but I'm not like...
I can already tell you your problem. So when you do crossface, you're putting your shoulder down there.
Yeah.
You want to pull your elbow all the way in. So that his neck's in alignment with your shoulder.
Okay.
I've got a video on, I think, on my Instagram somewhere. I'll do another one.
Yeah. What's your handle?
Kev Jitsu with 2 O's.
Kev Jitsu, 2 O's. Yeah, so I was wondering, because I was thinking, is this one of those positions where like it feels uncomfortable, but you just ride it out? But then I was like wondering if that could put me to sleep. So it's good to know.
I have not been practicing that specific style of passing very much. I don't even know why I did it. Just probably to show off for the camera.
Yeah.
But that style of passing, especially if you're small, works really well for you. Especially if you haven't got the best of cardios. If you can ever get chest to chest as a smaller guy, the other guy's really going to struggle to get him off you because his limbs are so long.
Okay.
What is like the style of passing that you were using then?
That was more of a pressure passing. I just try and get my chest to your chest. The second I can get my chest to your chest, you're in a real bad way. I'm not sure how much... Do you do any guard passing? Or do you play guard?
I do a bit more guard passing.
It's right. The biggest thing ever is just throw all the stuff at the wall. Just go try and just fly at his guard all the time.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll get tired. Even the best guard players, lads, I used to be real good at playing guard. 10 minutes later, Bums could beat me up because he had no cardio left, because it takes so much to keep people off you. It's way less for people to just be on top of you. A guy called Ash Williams ironed me out like that, and that's why it made me change my game.
And then what was the submission in the end for me?
For you?
Couldn't even tell you.
I think it was a DOS.
Oh yeah, that's because I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. I was talking about it earlier and it was in my brain.
And then, so just one more thing. When you had that pressure on, I was there. I was like, shit, I got to do something now, because I was just sitting there. So I did a little wriggle. But that's one thing I have to keep telling myself is just move. Like if I'm stuck in a position and it's like I'm feeling the weight, like the pressure keep adding and adding, like rather than just like stay still, just move, just anything, just hip bump, shrimp, just... So that's what I thought then when I felt that pressure. And then it was you guys.
It was me.
How did that feel for you?
Well, I thought I was going to try and engage more in the wrestling, but I could definitely feel like he was putting the pressure on me, and he felt very strong when I was clinching him.
Oh yeah, I'm way stronger than I look. I look like you should be able to iron me out.
Yeah.
I'm not very big.
Yeah, it's like it was really deceiving, because I was like, oh my lord, he's so strong.
Yeah, if there was us 4 sat here and you didn't know what's going down, I might be able to beat Khoi, but I'm definitely not beating you two. I look about 45, I'm quite scrawny, I've got no hair, don't really look very intimidating.
What do you like walk around at? Like, what's your walk around at?
I'm 68 kilo.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been much lower and I've been slightly higher.
Oh really? Yeah. So, do you like cut any weight when you compete, or
no?
Just naturally?
No. I've weighed in with backpacks and that before.
Oh
like
really?
Normal
Yeah.
competitions, yeah.
So on the top of wrestling, what would your main plan be for someone who wrestles much more than you?
I'm going to have to go for the legs. I'm going to have to go for me B plan. The thing I'm second best at, the thing I used to be real good at, is leg locks.
Yeah.
So, if people are better than me, I just got taken down by Khoi. What did I go to? Old Faithful. Get hold of his leg and try and bend it off. Yeah. And he panicked, and I got him.
Do you approach a round differently depending on like the different body types that you like gonna come against?
So when I am wrestling somebody taller than me, I can't do my best takedowns. My best takedowns involve clinching with you.
Yeah.
And when somebody's taller than me, my hands are up and my elbows are always away from my side, which means I'm always going to be losing that battle.
Yes.
So I have to go for ankle picks on tall people. With fat people, you're just gonna have a real tough day.
Do you feel like trips work the best on like
the
larger people? Yeah.
So the thing I like about doing trips is they're so low risk. It's very hard for them to counter because you're only moving your leg. Whereas when I shoot a double and you sprawl on me, I'm in a bad position then. Yeah. If I miss the foot sweep or even so much like a whizzer kick, you can do a whizzer kick and get away with a lot of the time. But once you start committing like to shooting, it's so high risk.
Yeah.
You don't want a big fatty on top of you.
And then what I noticed when you and Will rolled was that when you got to the back, I think to disrupt his breathing a bit, you put the inside of your elbow over his nose and mouth, and I like that.
I made the mistake.
Go on.
I slightly like lifted my chin up and against high level guys like Kev, you can't do that.
So what, to get rid of that?
Yeah, to like get a little bit of the pressure off because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Because he had it like he was like muffling me a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you can get away with it as long as you don't use your hands. This will always get you in trouble. You can always get away with a bicep and a forearm.
So if you're smothering from the back,
this is illegal at a lot of levels. I'm not sure where it's illegal up until, but you can't put your hand over his face like this.
Okay.
Didn't you see a guy get bit? It was at ADCC the other day, and a guy bit another guy, and he was fuming about it.
Oh,
while he was in,
yeah.
like, that
Yeah,
position,
he had his back, and the fella bites his hand, and he's like, "He bit me! He bit me!" You ever seen Charlie bit my finger? Look a bit like that.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I did see that actually.
That's what happens.
Because I saw another video the other day, and it was a gym down in Sunderland. I can't recall the name of the gym, but they had a white belt tournament. Whoever won got the blue belt. I think you did one at Resilience.
Yeah, we did one
recently, which was kind of cool. Who won that?
Matt Hodge, a guy who's been training for quite a while.
Okay, Matt Hodge. He said we allow smothering. He's like, if you're trying to snap someone's arm, you're allowed to put your hand over their nose and mouth. And I personally, at my level, I think I would say smothering is okay, because it's all about disrupting the breathing, right? And you know, it's tactical. But I mean, the IBJJF, those guys, I wouldn't presume to know more than those guys. But yeah, so he did that to disrupt your breathing, then got the choke, right? Mm-hmm. And that was rear naked with no hooks.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much you've ever followed jiu-jitsu. Oh, it's not very fair because I'm a lot more skillful. No offence, lad, but
no,
just is what it is.
it's
I've done it for
true,
your whole
exactly,
life.
man.
It's the reality.
So realistically, I could do whatever I want. It's not very fair. It's like, so that's just like a stylish move. So I knew he didn't want me to take his back. I could already tell by the way he was sliding down. But if I go flat too, that means his chin goes to his head with my neck in between it, acting like a door wedge. acting like a door hinge.
Yeah.
And that chokes you.
Yeah, which increases the choke.
Yeah.
And then Khoi and Kev, how was that for you? Are you used to rolling with Kev?
Well, I would think that, obviously as a black belt, I think Kev prefers, as he said, to not absolutely destroy the white belt, blue belts, purple belts, more than give them a chance to sort of learn.
Yes.
One of the biggest things you can ever do when you get better, especially against people who aren't very good, or are hobbyists. Hobbyists is a big one. Doesn't matter how good they are, if they're a hobbyist and you're a competitor, you should never be battering them. It's unfair to them. I understand that your ego can get the better of you, because it used to get the better of me all the time. Everybody I'd roll with, I'd iron you out. It didn't matter if you was a blue belt, you just getting it. But as I've got better, I've realised that it's not very fair. You're not going to develop your game. I'm not going to get any better battling you. There's no way I'm getting better by just ironing you out, hitting you with 15 arm bars in 5 minutes. That's not very fair. I'm not going to develop from that. You're not going to develop from that. You're going to come away from it with a bad experience, and I'm going to look like a knobhead. And that's all. Everything's right there. So as I've got better, I let people do a bit of their game, but only to a certain extent. One of the biggest things I don't let people do anymore is get on top of me and just spaz on me. Because that's where I used to get like annoyed with people. So I used to go like easy on people, and they just end up injuring me. It's a very common scenario that people have when they get to like purple belts and brown belts. They don't want to go hard against the lower belts, but the lower belts can still injure because they're big fellas. So how I do it now is I'll let you work in a box, as I describe it. I'll let you work your game to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah.
So if you was rolling with like a white belt who only really knew elbow knee escape, I'm not going to keep arm barring you. I'm going to make you work your elbow knee escape. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a better way to explain it.
But you're not going to put yourself in
Dangerous positions.
such a dangerous position where like they have the potential to injure you trying to spaz for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you armbar me because you're going to snap it on.
Yeah.
And it's not your fault
Yeah.
because you're thinking, I'm armbarring me and I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not really practical for me to do at this point.
So in order to armbar you, we need to go through the levels to be able to like properly like to be able to catch you with it.
Nah, it's also the familiarity I have with you. Me and Khoi, I'd let Khoi batter me all the time because I know he's not going to hit me. Mm-hmm. We've trained together for a few hours at this point.
Yeah.
Whereas people who don't know or people who are bigger than me, I need to be very cautious with.
Yeah. Kev, what were you going to say about rolling with fat people?
Fat people are the hardest to roll with.
Yep.
I used to be even skinnier than this, believe it or not. So everybody who used to roll with used to be a lot bigger than me. And I used to have a real tough time because I used to play exclusively bottom. So big people would get on top of me and they'd give me hell.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, because I'm much less inclined to pull guard, even if you're way bigger than me, if you want to take me down, you're going to have to take me down.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to sit down because you're going to get on top of me and it's going to hurt.
Is that more because you can't get leverage on them? You can't
No, the centre of mass is just in there. So there's like 3 types of people, I feel. There's fat people, there's muscly people, and there's tall people. And these are the 3 genres of people that you're going to struggle with. Tall people have so much leverage because their arms are just longer. Whenever they pull on you, it's just they're so much stronger than you. You're going to deal with big juice heads, people who can just fill so much space and pull you so tight. Yeah? And then you're going to deal with fat people who don't look like they can do any much jiu-jitsu, but when you hit them, it's like you're hitting a brick wall.
So what would your approach be to people, you know that they've trained jiu-jitsu?
Sorry, Khoi, to interrupt. 1 second. Kev just pointed to Khoi's dad off camera. What's your name again, dude? Dat. Dat, are you gonna come on for one? Jits
Nah,
Quips?
just let them. Nah, let the audience.
In the future, I mean. Have a think about it.
Yeah,
right?
lose some weight.
Yeah. Sorry, Khoi, what were you saying?
So what would your approach be to a new person, but they've already trained, let's say, they're purple belt level, but you've never met them before?
Oh, we'll give them the business card, as I would describe it. I'd come out the gates hard at you, I'd probably try and take you down and pass your guard straight away.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, hey, we can do it this way.
Yeah.
And then I'll slowly walk it back a bit. And then either they'll come out the gates again, and they'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Or we'll be having a nice friendly roll.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah.
I'll let you try your moves on me, but I'm not going to let you injure me.
Okay, that makes sense.
You can't let them dictate the pace.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
That's a big no-no. I like that.
Even in competitive rounds, it's a big no-no. Because even if the other guy's way worse than you, if they're on top of you dictating the pace, hey, you're about to have a real bad time. Say it's 20 minutes long. 20 minutes, they're going to pass your guard. You need to be on top of people. Sorry.
You know what you were saying before about like you would never like beat someone up. If like say someone who's like relatively new to the sport decides to like spaz out on you, let's say, would you like meet their intensity, or would you like let them know and then calm it down a little bit progressively?
I'd never take the piss. One of the biggest things that puts people off is people being too rough with them. I see it all the time still. In my gym, in everybody's gym. So like a fresh blue belt will get like a fairly decent, just come out like maybe the intro, maybe he's done like a 6-week program, and they'll batter him, and that white belt gets super disheartened. So even when people are spazzing on you, it's your own fault, to be honest, because you shouldn't have let them in a position to do that to you, especially because they're not very skillful.
Yeah, I understand.
So we're still talking about you and Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that feel?
I would think that it felt the same, but then then again, every role feels different because I try different things with Kev, and obviously he adapts to what I do. So
Okay.
to allow me to practice whatever I was doing then.
Yeah. And is Kev a mentor for you?
Yes, I'd say so.
Yeah. Like you train, you run the sessions, do you? You're a
We
coach?
just do privates together mainly.
Okay.
I do a mixture of other sports, just to make my jits game a bit better. So like wrestling, I do that. Do judo too for the gi game, obviously, and so I'd say Nogi too.
Yeah.
You done sambo as well?
Yeah,
He's done loads of martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had lots of people over the years telling me different ways, different styles, different games.
So you're a blue belt.
Yeah.
You're 16, right?
Yes.
Is that still a juvenile blue belt?
That's the start of juvenile.
That's
Yeah, the start of juvenile, I think.
the
Yeah.
start of juvenile. And then as soon as you turn 17, does that just make you a blue belt?
No, I think it's 16 to 17, and then after 17, 18, then it's adult.
It's adult.
Yeah.
I think you have to go to 18. I don't know.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Well,
It depends on
well-
the competition, though.
So-
Yeah.
Well, Will's a blue belt, and
I got mine when I was like 16 as well, and to be honest, I thought it was like an adult one myself, because I thought it was like, you know how you got the kids and they go through their gradings, grey, yellow, orange, and I thought once you turn 16, then you just go straight into adult belts. Is that not how it works? No?
Yeah. So, in the bigger comps, they'll have a juvenile blue belt, so under 18 blue belt.
Yeah.
But once you get a blue belt, you're a blue belt, no matter where you go. You're
So-
just essentially a blue belt.
the juvenile label's mainly for the competitions.
Yeah.
I see.
That's like a official blue belt, so even when he turns 18, he's not like getting a second blue belt, that's an adult blue belt. He's a blue belt. If I roll with him and he had a blue belt on, I wouldn't be thinking he's a juvenile blue belt, I'd be thinking he's a blue belt. He's just a young one.
And then once you get to black belt, because when I got promoted in December, Harry mentioned that he's a certain level black belt where he can't give out black belts. So once you get promoted to a black belt, is it what's after that?
3 years for your first stripe, 3 years for your second stripe.
So it's
And then-
stripes.
Yeah, you get degrees. It's called a degree. So you get 2 stripes on your black belt and you give out black belts.
Okay. Is that Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's called a degree in Jiu Jitsu.
a degree. So first degree, second degree.
Yeah.
Once you got 2.
Yeah, then you can give out black belts. I think it's 6 or 7, so you get a red and black belt.
Is
That's
the
a long time.
coral belt, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a long time.
I said when I was 60
Yeah,
something.
they're like, it's 3 years, 3 years, 5 years, 5 years. And then I don't know, I can't really remember. It's just, it's irrelevant. It's abstract at this point.
Sounds right. Yeah.
To achieve that, do you reckon, like, you just need to literally dedicate your life to jiu-jitsu?
No, I think you can achieve it with a very reasonable balance. You just need to do it forever.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things, I did this when I was first coming up. I didn't have a good life balance with jiu-jitsu. I'd just constantly do jiu-jitsu. Everything else fell by the wayside. Obviously I got real good at jiu-jitsu, but my life suffered. So as I've developed a bit more as a person, I still do just as much jiu-jitsu, but I realised that there's a little bit more to life than jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how often, like I train all the time to the detriment of other things. Because there's only so many hours in the day. There's no way it can't be. But this is what I love doing.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is definitely worth it.
So Khoi, you got how did you get submitted?
With a heel hook.
The
I
heel
think it
hook.
was inside heel hook.
Yeah.
What degree are you? Black
I'm a
belt?
first degree.
First
Get
degree.
me second degree in, I'm not sure whether it's this summer or next summer.
And who gave you your black belt?
Gordo, a guy called Ricardo Lima. I think I might have fucked his name there. Gordo gave me the black belt. Under Ben Popperton's direction. Ben Popperton's like, I think he's a 4th or a 5th, maybe even a 3rd. I don't know, he's got a bunch of degrees, he's good people.
Okay,
Me and Harry are under the same guy.
I see. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So. Good.
Was he the first black belt in the UK? That
Ben
Ben
Popperton.
Popperton?
I think it might have been Mauricio. I think Mauricio was first. Mauricio's Hodges there. See that guy over there? I think that's Mauricio, innit? Mauricio Gomez.
We've
Guy on the right.
Carlos, Gracie, Helio Gracie.
He must be round the other side. Long story short, the guy where gym we are with RGA Chester is that Roger Gracie Academy Chester. His dad's called Mauricio Gomez. He's like a legendary man. He was probably one of the first. I don't know. Ben Popperton might have been. He was out in Brazil for a while though, training with Gordo now. He lived a good life.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. We went out to Tenerife to see him the other day. It was about time. If you ever get the chance to go, Tenerife's the spot.
Tel Aviv.
Tenerife. I
Or
wouldn't go to Tel Aviv.
I was going to say Tenerife. Yeah, I definitely want to go to.
It's a belt of time. Would recommend. Get to meet a lot of weird people though.
Do you surf as well when you're there?
No.
No. Oh,
Lad,
right.
I can't handle the sun. You know about? I have to get a parasol in there.
We'll cover you up.
I have to get a parasol. That's how white I am. I've got no hair either, so I always have to wear a cap.
Sun cream, back to 50.
You don't. I'm incredibly white. You know.
Yeah,
I'm not built for the heat.
fair. It's safe to say you're the whitest person here today.
That's everywhere. That's every day.
Whitest person in Chester right now.
Could be.
So, all right, let's talk about our role.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure thing.
because it's going to be us two now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's going to win, Will?
I'm not going to say you, am I? So, I think I'm going to win.
Okay,
Yes.
good. I like that.
And how about you?
I'm going to say I'm going to win.
Okay.
Yeah. And now we haven't rolled too much together,
No.
right? And you're an MMA practitioner.
Yes.
Can I say dedicated MMA practitioner?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I train a lot of MMA.
Would you say that you're more interested in progressing with MMA than just jiu-jitsu? Like, would you ever give up MMA just to pursue jiu-jitsu?
I don't think so. I definitely have more aspirations in training mixed martial arts than I do in like jiu-jitsu.
Uh-huh.
But I do like some MMA fighters. I think they like kind of throw away jiu-jitsu and they don't really concentrate on it. But I feel like it's really benefited me in the classes because I just feel like I'm much more slick and I'm like aware of the different positions I'm in and what I can do with them, as well as using the aspects of ground and pound to help me as well.
Where do you train out of?
I train out of Trident.
How are you getting on there?
In what, like MMA?
Yeah, like in general.
Yeah, good. I'm really enjoying training.
Would you say jiu-jitsu has helped you with your MMA game?
Oh, 100%. It definitely does. People that just purely do MMA sessions, I just think they'll just get found out. And you've just got to work all the aspects of martial arts to be a mixed martial artist,
Yeah.
I think.
So you have people that just do the MMA sessions.
Yes.
And in those MMA sessions, do you do a little bit of jiu-jitsu? Like,
It depends, because we will work on different things like wall wrestling. We might do striking, and then we'll also do like MMA grappling. So we're grappling on the floor as it would happen in a roll, but we can mix in the strikes and work up from like the cage side and all that type of stuff. But it's only occasionally where we'll work on solely jiu-jitsu in the MMA sessions.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Sports jiu-jitsu isn't fighting jiu-jitsu.
No, because you're going in head first sometimes.
So one of the biggest things when you're fighting MMA is player on bottom's always going to lose you the round.
Yeah.
Unless you win by a submission, there's no playing on bottom in jiu-jitsu. Your jiu-jitsu is exclusively just to stand back up, essentially. Unless you're unbelievable at the game. Realistically, most of your jiu-jitsu is just going to be getting them off you to stand back up. In my opinion. Like, I've been around martial arts a long time. I've seen the rise of jiu-jitsu in MMA, and I've seen the fall of jiu-jitsu in MMA. It's two different things. They're like indoor and outdoor footy.
Yeah.
They're still both footy, just completely different.
Like in MMA, if you're in someone's guard, you can still punch them in the face, right?
You're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning. If I'm on top of you, I'm winning.
Yeah.
There's only like a few people in MMA who like do play that type of almost like a butt scooting style. Like there's a guy called Paul Craig from Scotland. He uses like predominantly guard pulling, and it's worked to a certain level. But then he actually did get I think he got beat recently. Have you seen that by Johnny
Walker panned him.
He had hold of his leg and he was like proper just.
Johnny Walker's a handful though. He got banged last night though.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Johnny Walker's one of them guys. He's like a nightmare in a car park, but one-on-one, if you're any good, you can bang him.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he banged me. He's a terrifying fella, like. He's jumped near me everywhere.
So, attributes, okay?
Okay.
So, I feel like I'm going to use my weight against you.
Yeah.
My strength, my old man strength.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you. Those are my main attributes that I feel like I can use it to get the match my way.
Yes.
What about you?
I feel like the longer it goes, the more it benefits me.
Okay.
I feel like I can sustain a pace for a longer time than you. depending on what we do, like, if you get into a position where you're able to get a good crossface and have a solid control, I feel like that favours you.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I'm just using, like as Kev was saying, like just a barrage of passes and attacks, then I feel like that will favour me.
Yeah.
For sure.
The times we've rolled that I can think back on, I feel like you'll do things that I've never experienced before,
Yeah.
and like lots of different things. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening here. So, okay, should we do it?
Yeah, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your left we have Gregory. On your right we have William. Ready, steady, come back. A quick jazz hands here. A little bit of rooster strutting by Gregory. Will got his hands pointed down for some reason, going with the double hand palm up grip, which is very bold. See that sometimes and don't really
Changing
do.
levels. Keep high though.
Nice tie plum. Nice, Will with the tie plum there. Steps forward, just needs to keep him on. Will just with the lift up, and he's just passing that guard a little bit too easy there. Greg recovers. Will constantly with the pressure, leg pummeling there, lovely. See the way he rotates his knee?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing here. He's just trying to keep his chest attached to him. See this? This is money for a guy like Will.
Yeah.
When Will can hit this, it takes so much energy to keep him off you. And he's just squashing you.
Yeah.
Greg with the attempted side control scrape, shaving the face.
Yeah.
Will's just staying tight to him, keep it toe.
Framing him. Framing.
Yeah,
Attempted
Will trying to
frame.
go for the frame. He's panicking a lot here. See the way he's not composed.
You got Will on knee on belly.
Greg
Arm
goes
and
for
come out.
slides into him. See
Greg
this?
turning out.
You
give
can
him the
see
back.
glory. Will can see glory here. See the way he's not like not going for the finish.
Yeah.
He just needs to stay on top of him. This is no time limit, don't forget.
Yeah.
Eventually this guy's got no composure.
This is what he was talking about before about
Yeah.
the age.
No, it's not the age, it's the composure.
Yeah.
Will's just way more composed. He has better skills as well. Will has good skills.
Oh.
Nice, dash attempt. Turns him over. Dash again. Tap, tap. Nice. Will with the dash. Beautiful. Real good there.
You good?
I'm good, you man.
Yes, right.
See the problem? The biggest thing.
I had no chance there, really. Right.
Terrible composure. Will, winner.
Last stroke?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark. Good show, mate. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you, sir.
A dominant performance there. I just want to say, so off camera, I was getting chastised by Kev there, saying that was a terrible performance by me, and I can accept that. What were you saying?
So what I watched then was a guy not react to what was happening. You was off the mark from the start. You didn't like come out the gates. So you pull guard for some reason when you're way bigger than him. You should never be pulling guard. He's got a bum knee as well. You can't really wrestle you. And then you got caught behind. Once you get caught behind, you need to use an unbelievable amount of energy to get back in front. Because not only do you need to catch up to him, but you need to overtake him. So that takes a lot of energy, which you didn't show. And then once he had you panicked, you never really showed any resolution. Like, you just panicked. It's like the camera was on you and you panicked. I've seen you perform way better than that. Mm-hmm. I've seen you roll a few times now, and I know you can do better than that. But it must have just been the moment.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I felt it too. How did you feel?
I just felt like I've just got to do what I got to do, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just felt as if, like, if I stay calm and just do what I know, then it'll get the job done, and it did.
It did, very quickly as well, right?
I did expect it to last a bit longer, though. How I expected this to go was me get a takedown, I believe, and I think I knew you wanted to stand back up. I could see you looking for that technical stand-up. And
yes.
After I seen that, I was like, I'm not letting you up. I'm not letting you up. So after that, I decided to put the pressure on, and then I put my knee into your solar plexus.
Yeah.
And I think once you make that noise, that little, it gives me an excuse to go, right, you know what it is.
Yeah.
That's how I feel anyway.
So you felt good?
I felt good, yeah.
Felt good.
Felt nice.
And I felt that, like you said, I wanted to stand back up.
Yeah.
I wanted to be escaping from that side control.
Did you feel like I was giving you good shoulder pressure?
I couldn't escape from it. Okay. And normally I'm like, it's not like I can't escape from side control, but yeah, the pressure you were giving me, like I couldn't escape from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the finish, Das choke.
Yeah.
And then so you locked it up.
Well, I was thinking about locking it up as Kev did before on you, but you went to turtle.
Yeah.
Then that's why I got the bowl cutter and then put you right back into that position to get the finish. And then I
squeeze.
elevated you a little bit, and I was going to step to mount if you were going to tap.
Yeah, and I think is this safe to say that you weren't even squeezing hard on it?
I wouldn't really say I put it on 100%.
Yeah, because it was quick, but the way my neck was, like I tried to withstand it a little bit, but then when you just made a little adjustment, it just put my neck in a way where I was like, nah, I don't like the way this is going, so had to tap. But well done, man.
Thank you.
Well done. And like we spoke about off camera, this is giving me stuff to learn from, right?
Yes.
I can think about it because, yeah, I can think about what happened, think about how in the future, well, it's like mindset, isn't it? That you were talking about mindset, right, Kev?
So my opinion on this, what you should take from this is it's not even a physical problem. You can train all the jiu-jitsu in the world that you want. You don't perform. That was not performance. You could be way better at jiu-jitsu then. Like if I performed like that, I wouldn't have won. I would just got ironed out like you did. It's not that you had no skills, it's that you weren't switched on.
Yeah.
Another thing is you didn't seem very confident. You seemed already beat before you got in there, to be honest with you. And he dashed you because I dashed you. In your brain, there's a massive hole that says if he gets a dash, he's going to tap me. And that's going to stay there for a while till you figure out, till you go home and practice the defence for a bit.
Yeah.
Like you know it now. But
Yeah.
Did you feel like once I got in that position, then did you almost accept the defeat?
I think so, yeah.
Really,
yeah. Because I'm not very familiar with the DAS myself. Like I wouldn't know how to put one on. So I feel like whenever someone does get me in that position, I'm like, like arms trapped, neck's trapped, like my back is like curved like that. I'm on my side, you know. So it's for me, it's like Kev said, I think there might be a bit of a black hole.
how much time do you spend training with good people? Like
Well,
you're obviously training in a good gym, but how much time do you spend training with Harry and that?
So during my white belt, towards the end of my white belt phase, it was more training with people who were worse than me. So not very much at all. So, but now we've got access to the in our gym. The advanced class has just been opened up to blue belts and above. So I went to that the other day. So I feel like this is the time now where I'm starting again with everyone who's better than me in those classes.
A piece of advice would be invest some money into private with good people. There's good people in your gym. I obviously go to Trident all the time. Me and Harry are mates. Invest some money in people from the gym.
Yeah.
They will show you way better moves. Like Nathan. Nathan's one of your underutilised tools in your gym. Nathan's good people. Knows a lot of jiu-jitsu as well.
Yeah.
Just get some privates off him. It'd really help you. Because at the moment, you're in the awkward teenage phase of your jiu-jitsu. You can apply jiu-jitsu. And if you don't know anything, you're going to batter them. And it's going to be like night and day. But as you said earlier, most of you want to be good. It requires an investment.
Yeah.
And the best shortcut isn't by learning a specific move or a certain style. It's by asking the right questions to people who know the answers. And what let you down there was your wrestling. Your wrestling was terrible. Your escapes weren't good, but you seemed lost in wrestling more so than escaping. Like you had a decent idea of what to do when you was escaping. You couldn't implement it obviously because you're a fucking big fella. But your wrestling, you panicked. You went like this and you sat down. and that's what really cost you, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
from what I could see.
Okay.
From your perspective, do you feel like Greg didn't really want to like engage in the wrestling with me?
He just panicked. He just proper panicked. He tried a few collar ties, tried a few little arm drags, was like, I'm not getting in, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit down, because that's where he usually starts,
Okay.
in my opinion.
What was going through your head then while it was going on?
Yeah, I mean, perhaps I wasn't as focused as I could have been. And then I felt like you were very quick.
Your lack of confidence made him grow in confidence.
Yeah.
So the second you pulled guard, he was like, this is easy, watch this, I'm going to batter him. Agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I agree.
I could see your confidence growing as you was dwindling.
Yeah.
I think it was when I had you in side control, and I heard you like you I could see it in your face. You didn't really like it. It just slowly like.
You just got to accept it. There's no time limit, especially on rounds like that.
I wonder if I could have. So I was conscious that I wasn't getting as gassed as I normally would.
Yeah.
But maybe I could have put a bit more effort into it.
This isn't me to harp on you though. This isn't me like being like, fuck lad, you shit, you should give it up. This isn't me being a prick about it. Don't mean to be horrible about it. But the thing is, you needed to realise this could have went forever.
Yeah.
So, especially, there's two different styles of rolling. There's intense rolling, which is a time limit. I have this long to win.
Mm-hmm.
In no time limit, like that was meant to be. As long as he doesn't tap you, you can't lose.
Yeah.
So you just need to not let him tap you. You can let him batter you.
Yeah.
You just can't let him tap you.
Okay.
They're the two different mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine you've done many no time limit rolls.
No.
There you go.
Not too many. I think we've done like 3.
That was my first no time limit roll.
It was probably shorter than some of your time limit rolls.
Yeah,
like
actually, when I heard Kev talking about that, it actually like reminded me to
Calm down.
take a breather and just kind of settle into the position that I was in.
Yeah, you can see that when you're
Yeah,
on side, you
yeah,
just sat
yeah.
there for a bit, let him do whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But I won the rematch.
You on the rematch?
Not today, but on a future episode.
For sure, we'll get the rematch then.
We'll get the
We'll
rematch
run it
done.
back. We'll run it back.
I'm going to think about it. I'm going to come back better than I
Yeah.
was today.
And I hope you do.
Yeah.
And I want like the best version of you.
You can't come back worse.
Hey, thought you said this wasn't about battering me.
You could be watching this.
Not to harp on you. But I know this is the thing. If I thought you couldn't do better than that, if I hadn't seen with my own eyes you do way better than that, I wouldn't be expecting you to do way better.
Yeah.
So I would have just been like, hey, well done. But I've seen you do better than that.
Yeah. And it is, it might be a bit sore for the ego to hear, like hurt the pride a little bit, but it's all in the aid of making me better, right? So I need to know what I can't be telling myself that wasn't a poor performance, because if I try and make excuses for myself, like if I try and make excuses for it, then I'm holding myself back from getting better. So
That's one of the biggest things. When you get battered, just swallow it. You got battered. Won't batter me next time, will you?
Yeah.
There we go.
I appreciate it, and I'm happy for you too, man. Because I was expecting to give you a bit more trouble, like I said, with the strength and the weight, but it showed like nah.
How did you see the role go? The role going in general.
Yeah,
Like, how did you see it going?
I thought I thought if I was in trouble, I could definitely muscle it out.
Yeah.
Like if you're in side control, like just try and straight arm you over or something like that. But I
seen you go for that.
Yeah, I was trying to scissor my legs and but you just had me locked down to the ground. Yeah.
I felt like I had a strong base in that position, and I was secure, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and it's nice to feel that intensity with you.
Yeah.
Because we never go that hard in the gym, right?
Nah.
We might like approach it.
Yeah.
But we're not going that hard all the time in the gym, so it's nice to feel that intensity. Yeah, nice one, man.
Yeah.
1-0 on Jits Quips. So
1-1. I'd say after.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, that's not fair. You're not in my bracket.
We'll count it. Anyway.
Count as a no contest.
That was an exhibition match.
Exhibition.
That's just an exhibition match. It's not really very fair.
Display jiu-jitsu right
Yeah.
there.
So, Will and Khoi now, right? how do you feel about after seeing Will's performance there? Who's going to win?
I'd say myself, because maybe with a bit. How long have you trained again? Sorry.
I've trained 2.5 years.
Yeah, so I've trained a little bit more than you.
Yes.
Nearly 3 years. I think I have more knowledge than you.
Okay.
Possibly. But then again, we're both the similar age, so then it was going to be pretty good matchup.
Just
so,
say you're
yeah.
going to iron him out. Just say, I'll back you, you're nothing.
Yeah.
Come on,
Speaking
Khoi,
of the
terrible.
before, he's got a little bit more weight on me, but as you seen there, like against me and you, it didn't really matter. But obviously, Khoi's a different opponent, and I've seen him before, and he looks sharp. So
Yeah.
good.
My skills are terrible. I think I could maybe beat you. So you're going to kill him?
Yeah. No, that's not what matters, though. That's
Kill him,
not.
Khoi.
But so it's a bit of a loaded question, right? Because I'm asking you who's going to win. If you can't
Him.
say
It's a bit
you're
of an
not gonna-
on-the-spot question since we're like literally this far away.
And you don't know each other,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
But
he's about to fight, it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're saying. Like we're as Jits practitioners, as MMA fighters, I feel like you have to face the hard truths, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm facing the hard truth, like I got battered, right? And that's okay, right? It's good to be able to recognize that, not just in fighting, not just in jiu-jitsu, but in everything, I think. Not to be hard on yourself, but to recognize the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm asking the question. Okay. So forgive me if it's a bit of a dick move to do, but we're here. So, Will, who's going to win?
I'm gonna win.
Good lad. Good lad. Khoi, what are your attributes?
I'd say weight and knowledge.
Weight and knowledge.
Yeah.
Will?
I think it's my my agility and volume. Agility, volume, and cardio, I'd say.
Let's do it.
do it, man.
Yes. So here we have Will and Khoi. No time limit, sub-only match. Okay, touch and go, boys. Okay, so we've got a bit of hand
Sidestepping,
fighting.
double, a tie plum by Will. Break, Khoi breaks. Feint by Will. Attempt of an ankle pick by Will. Yoel Romero style. Collar ties being exchanged.
Seems like very high intensity from the start off.
There's hard hand fighting. There's a lot of hard hand fighting here. A lot of collar ties, not a lot of arm dragging. Not a lot of wrist control either. A lot of face.
It's to be expected.
Yeah.
Two young blue belts.
Khoi's done quite a bit of wrestling and Will's obviously done quite a bit of MMA.
Oh,
Stop.
yeah.
Baru. Come back.
Let's go.
Tie plum by Will. Attempt at the shrug by Khoi. Feint by Will. Khoi with the high collar tie. Big deep breaths being taken by both. Khoi could do it.
Both extremely focused there. Will's got the two
Stop.
on one.
Stop.
Yeah, keep going, boys.
Switch it to a double. Stop. Reset standing. You okay? There you go. Back. Just go in the centre. There we go. Go. Inside space. See double collar ties here. Will's always going to have the advantage because he had the inside space for his collar tie. A lot of hand fighting again. Attempted arm drag into a trip.
Nice
Beautiful.
trip by Will.
Beautiful. Khoi goes for a leg entanglement on the near side.
Will's working to strip the legs.
Stop.
Tap.
You okay?
Good.
Okay.
Good lads. All right. Will you do us a favour? Will you raise Khoi's hand for him? All right. And it is Khoi by
Knee bar.
Knee bar.
A fucking knee bar. You okay?
Good lad.
You was going to get out of us.
Action. All right, gentlemen. I want to say, thanks for rolling for Jits Quips here. I really appreciate it. And congratulations, Khoi, on the W by knee bar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with you, Will.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
My thoughts. Well, I mean, I thought it was quite competitive in the wrestling exchanges, and I actually have made that mistake before off that takedown, because went for the arm drag and hit like it was an inside trip. Yeah,
it was nice.
Inside trip, and I've rushed too quickly, and then I stepped my leg up too high, which allowed Khoi to invert and get
the leg. Yeah, because I mean, from my perspective, it looked like a lovely trip, but then Khoi still got the leg.
It happened so fast in the exchange, and to be fair, to Khoi, he really didn't rip it on as well, and like he was so controlled, and he had me, so fair enough to him.
Yeah. Khoi,
Yeah.
thoughts?
Honestly,
Yeah.
match was great.
Yeah.
Everything he said about his attributes, pretty much all correct. With his height, it's also annoying for me. My stamina is also horrendous, so
Okay.
I was pretty lucky to get that. That knee bar. I was originally meant to go for both a knee bar and a heel hook, but obviously in case of his leg, I just left it. So.
Well, you hesitated then when you said you were lucky. You were like, I was lucky, but then you hesitated.
Yeah.
Like, is lucky maybe not the right word to you?
Yeah. Because also the way he tripped me, it also had me set up for the invert, because obviously one of my legs is both my legs were inside, so I could get the invert.
Okay.
Did you like fall into almost like a butterfly guard position when I took you down?
I think, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Like half butterfly, and then you just stepped over to your other
Yeah,
leg.
no.
Yeah, because one of my legs was already in between his legs. So
Yeah.
set up.
We trained this morning. That's why he's super tired, because we did we trained together for an hour, and then we did like 12 rounds.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we came from. And we had loads of chicken.
And it really came down to the takedown into the submission,
Yeah.
right? It was a lot of hand fighting, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
You went into the crash mats over there where you felt like you could have locked up a guillotine, maybe.
That was my game plan, because I seen Khoi had a lovely single leg, and I kind of wanted to invite him for the takedown and to catch him in that. And when I was over there, I was like slowly cinching it under the neck, but it's one of them.
It's one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Start again. Yeah.
Rope break.
I was saying to Kev that at the Trident Martial Arts gym, we've got a big open space, and I was sort of said maybe it would be better in that kind of space, and Kev said in the cage.
Yeah.
Something to think about for future episodes. But Kev, say like if you compare mine and Will's like intensity to their intensity, what would you say they were both?
They were both switched on. They both had not only did they both want to win, they both had an idea of how to win.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know when you was like, oh, I think if he gets the better of me, I'll just muscle him off me. That you was already losing.
Yeah.
That mentality was the mentality of a loser. You weren't like, I am going to batter him with X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You didn't have any plan for that. So how was you ever going to win? Whereas both of these knew, hey, if I just take him down, I'll batter him.
A true competition,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
That should be what it be like all the time in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
They've both just accomplished way more in that 3-minute round than you would accomplish in a whole session with your mentality.
Mm-hmm.
They were both focused, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to allude to.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can both take something away from that exchange?
Definitely, I can.
Yeah.
I feel like my leg game, it's kind of lacking. And once I get to this blue belt level, it's the time where I need to properly work on legs in general.
I
'cause it's-
definitely agree.
Yeah.
Legs can hit you out.
Yeah,
Most things.
it's like the new meta.
I obviously train at Trident all the time. And it's weird because people from my gym, I was obviously a leg locker for a while, people from my gym don't really do many leg locks. people from your gym. Harry used to be a real big leg locker for a long time. People don't really do them from your gym anymore. It's just something that you have to ask the people. That'd be my advice to you. If you ask people, they will run through them with you. But the style that, especially me, I can't speak for other people obviously, but my style doesn't really incorporate them very much anymore. So just ask, like, Chris has got good leg locks, Harry's got good leg locks, Nate's got good leg locks. They're like your main 3 leg lockers from your gym. Chris is surprisingly dexterous. Do you know Chris Edwards?
Yeah,
that guy?
he's got some.
He's got some good leg locks.
Any takeaways from it, Khoi?
I'd also say, I mean, this always happens to me in comp, and I'm still getting better. Well, I'm still trying to learn from this. It's always like the trips, especially for the takedowns, because most of the time in competition I get taken down by that. So I'm just trying to focus on defending the trips. So
Defending the
I was
trips.
happy with getting tripped then, and then have another game plan. So it helped me make a game plan for after I get takedown or something.
Do you guys want to say anything more about?
Greg's not rolling with Khoi because apparently time limitations, but he, to me, he just sounds like a coward.
Coward.
Yeah, got beat one time and doesn't want to go out for the next match. Doesn't want to go out for the bronze medal match.
What about, all right, Khoi, what about next time you come on, we'll roll?
Yeah, sure.
But
Right.
we'll just meet you in the gym one day.
Yeah, sure. Do
I'm
that.
going to train. No, do you know what?
We can meet you off camera,
We
Dad,
can
you
have it. We can have a quick.
Nah, let's just go home. You've said
Yes,
somebody's only going to get hurt. When you stay out late, you ask your mum for 5 more minutes. That's when you crash your bike.
He's winding me up now. Okay.
Let's just go home. I'm tired of it.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh, actually, I've got a topic. Just a small
Go
topic. Would you think researching... Yeah, let's go with researching. Would you say researching your opponents help you with your game plan for when you... Like, obviously, you saw me do a single leg, so you wanted to bait me for the single leg.
Yes.
And then again, I saw your wrestling game, so then...
Okay.
Again, would you say researching helps you with a game plan?
I definitely think tape helps, for sure. I do implement tape into my game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it's important. Why do you not look at tape yourself, or?
I look at some...
Yeah,
I'll be honest with that.
Some of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And others, too.
What,
You know,
what do you
say
think
like-
of it, Kev?
My opinion, I flip-flop on this matter. One of the biggest things people don't do is watch tape of themselves when they're rolling. So it's very easy for me to identify me mistakes when I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
It's not very easy for me to identify my mistakes when I'm doing them. Do you know what I mean there?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very understated part, but I feel like people get into their heads too much watching how good people are. Because when you're watching tape of people, it's always them banging somebody. Do you know what I mean? It's very rare I'm ever watching their losses for what they do bad. I'm watching for what they do best. I don't know, to be honest with you. Because I've seen you get in your own head about it. You get to... I've been intimidated by people by looking at what they've accomplished.
I think watching myself has helped in the past, because say my very first tournament, right? On my last on the match where I lost, it was a semi-final, and in my head I got dominated from start to finish on that. But then watching back, what happened was I might have been down 2 points, but I managed to grip up, get a Kimura grip and get a sweep, which I think brought me on top and brought me back to within 2 points. And then I made a mistake where I circled the wrong way on the Kimura grip. He took my back and submitted me. And so in my head, I was getting dominated the whole time. But looking back, I was very close to winning that match in reality. So that got that in my mind, where even if sometimes I thought I was being dominated, but I wasn't actually. All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on. It's been really good to have you on. I really like to have people from other gyms in, and open invitation back on the show for both you guys. Hopefully we'll get the rematch with you two. We'll have the match, and
you two rematch, don't forget that.
we've got the rematch, and then maybe one day one of us will sub Kev on the show.
These are way younger than me. These are obviously going to beat me.
one day, right?
Yeah, obviously. These are way better than I was. I didn't even do jiu-jitsu when I was your age.
Yeah.
And I'm also on the way down of being good. You're still on the way up of being good. You're better me. It's just when. Sadly. Sadly that. So
Sadly. It's hard. It's a tough
depressing.
swallow, yeah,
It's proper depressing. Because when I started, I used to batter all the old people up. Everybody would be like, oh, Kev's going to be great one day. And then I'd batter them as they got older. And now I'm on the other side of being old, seeing these 18-year-olds, and I'm like, hey, I can't keep up with you no more. Yeah, it's only a few years left.
Kev, do you think that kind of, could be a mental model that might be hindering you in your progress? Like you said to me that you're 31?
Yeah.
So you're 31 and I'm 37, right? From my perspective, you've still got a good 5 years of prime, like hard prime, right? I feel 37, I'm starting to come over it, and because I've just started jits, it's not about the jits, but I've been a climber, I've been a professional ballet dancer, and I feel my body now. So I start to feel I'm just coming on the other edge of the prime. But I feel like if I'm, from my level of perspective, I feel like if you from my ignorant perspective, I feel like you've got a good 5 years to switch it up.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. But part A, there's a reason the Masters division starts at 30.
Okay.
There's a reason why.
Yeah.
And people can cry about it all they want and be like, if you're 31, you shouldn't be in the Masters division, you're still in your prime. Well, you're not. You just straight up not. Because that isn't how it works. Also, it's the amount of miles I've put on my body over the years.
Yeah.
Touch wood. I've never had any surgeries, but hey, I've been doing this game for a long time, and I used to play very reckless with my body.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the amount of damage I could put on my body in the past is not the same as the amount of damage you can put on my body now.
Could you spend a bit of time bolstering up your joints? Maybe take the jits down a bit and get hardcore on the strength and conditioning, mobilisation.
I'm not trying to be the strongest guy or the most mobile guy. I'm trying to be good at jiu-jitsu. I'm trying to make the art the way I want to make it. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be competing for a few more years. I'll probably compete till my body says I can't. But me results, I want to fight other old people. Do you know what I mean? As I get older, I want to fight other old people.
So practicing jiu-jitsu at 80 years old, is that a prospect?
As long as I don't take any serious injuries, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It won't be intense though.
No.
So a big thing that people always put too much, like you're 37, you're like, I reckon I can catch all these people up and do something with jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, hey, it doesn't really matter. You're all in the queue for the same aeroplane. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a seat for you anyway. There's no point rushing it.
Yeah.
No point getting in the queue dead early. You just end up fucking it.
It's about the pleasure of
just enjoy it.
Enjoying it, yeah.
You'll meet some mad people. You'll go some mad places. You'll do some mad things. The best moments of my jiu-jitsu career aren't the current ones. They're the ones I can look back on with rose-tinted glasses. Do you remember that? Do you remember that all them times years ago when I had hair? Do you know what I mean? It's not like... it's not really so much like the moment of it. It's the past.
Did you have hair at one point?
Yeah, very, very briefly. Like when I got to like a blue belt, after a blue belt I went bald, and it was just... I could have joined the Masters division, and to be honest, 21, bald as fuck.
All right, yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you guys on. Like I said, I want to thank Steve for letting us use the space. Always shout out to Trident Martial Arts Gym in Brumborough for the skills. Shout out to Kevin Corkhill, who came last minute. Shout out to Resilience Gym in, where's that, Kev?
Aintree. By Aintree Retail Park. I don't know the postcode.
In Aintree?
Annex 2, that's all I know.
Yeah, Annex 2. On Haitian Road. It's enjoyable, it's fun.
Yeah, and if you've made it this far, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. All right,
See.
cut. Yes, boys. Thank you. Bro. Khoi. Yes, mate.